Well, hey there, Leo. Welcome to Zen Tarot. My name's Julie. We're going to do a tarot card reading for you today, Leo. We are looking at your energy with this solar eclipse on September 21st. It's happening in Virgo. It's affecting your second house, which is the house of money and self-worth, possessions, and personal values. So I can't wait to get into this for you, Leo. If you like this reading, don't forget to hit the like, share, and subscribe buttons. If you would like a personal reading from me, I am open for those. I will leave my information in the description box below. All right, Leo, I'm feeling under the weather, so I'm hoping my voice will not leave me during this reading, but we're going to give it a try because I've been thinking about you guys all morning. I hope you're doing great. Maturity on the bottom of the Osho ZEN-TAROT deck. Leo, what is going on? Let's get you an Osho ZEN-TAROT card for Up in the Ether. Spirit, can we get some messages for the sign of Leo through this solar eclipse in Virgo? What's going on with Leo? Leo, what's going on? Oh my goodness, this one jumped out. Oh God, the mind. Look at this. You have got a million things going on in your mind right now, but feeling very tired, lethargic, can't do anything. So it's all happening in the mind space rather than the solar plexus or the passion, the fire, the drive that normally inspires you or gets you up and going. It's all happening in the mind here. So let's see why. Maturity, there it is. It made its way all the way to the top of the, oh no, we're at the bottom of the deck. And morality, look at this struggle that's going on with you, Leo. There's just like this in-between place. You're in the in-between learning the lesson and starting something new here. So there's a lot of planning, a lot of strategizing happening in the mind space. You're slowing it down with the turtle energy coming through, but the mind is racing. You've got this very, very fast processing mind right now. So I want to see how we can slow that down, how we can really get it to go into slow motion right now so you can pick and choose which thought is serving you best right now. Let's see. Morality, that is a tough one to go up against. What do I believe in? What is my character? What do I stand for? A man that stands for nothing falls for everything. So you're not wanting to fall for anything, but you're not quite sure where you're standing now after this storm. I feel like you've been through some kind of storm. What kind of animal spirit guide up in the ether for the sign of Leo? Spirit, we are looking at Leo. What kind of animal spirit guide is walking with Leo through the solar eclipse? Look at that. These just beat up the mind there. The brown bear spirit, take a time out. That is good advice. The nightingale spirit, love is all around. Another good advice. The koi fish spirit, there is always enough. So yeah, there's just kind of this lack mentality or poverty mentality or trying to hold on to every single thing that you have for fear that it's going to leave. Clear out the clutter with the frog spirit. A rebirth is assured with the bat spirit, and learn from the past with the elephant spirit. 6 cards came out at once, flew right into the mind space, like something's going to come in. This realization that there is always enough, or that there is enough piece of the pie to go around here, that you having enough, everything that you need is not taking from somebody else. So there's just kind of this underlying fear that you don't want to take more than your fair share. You're ending out this cycle of poverty. So it's like you're in the in-between of, am I being greedy, and am I being selfish, and am I being self-reliant? So there's just this big push me, pull me with the morality card coming up between what is enough. What is enough? Beautiful. Beautiful. It's time for a break with the number 9 and this take time out here. You got to find some way to slow down the mind, to kind of numb down the mind for a minute. It's too much. It's too many avenues. It's too many thoughts coming in at once. You can't seem to get control or get a grip on one of them here. So It's like, you want to go into the kitchen for the scissors, and you go in there and you're doing the dishes and you're cleaning out the refrigerator, and you're doing all of these things that are catching your attention in the moment. Then you go back, you sit on the couch, and you're like, oh yeah, I needed the scissors, right? It's just like you cannot seem to grasp one thing. So there's a lot of scattering going on in the brain, a lot of splintering going on in the mind space here with the thoughts. Learn from the past. You're breaking a big cycle here. You're breaking a pattern that you always seem to fall into here. And now you're consciously breaking that. Instead of running on these ideas, you're slowing it down a minute. You're taking a deep breath and you're like, okay, what am I here for? Oh yeah, the scissors. It's like you're bringing it back to the task at hand, bringing it back to extreme focus here. And that is the best place to be. Okay, so take a time out, time for a vacation. Love is all around. Number 41, converts to a 5, which is about change. The koi fish spirit with there is always enough, that's a 36. It converts to a 9. So you've got 2 9s, 2 beautiful endings here. Love that. Learn from the past, the elephant spirit, number 25 here, that converts to a 7, the sacred number 7. The rebirth, there's a 5 for the change coming in, and the frog is a number 28, which converts to a 10, which is a 1, starting over. But you got to start over with a clear mindset, with a very, very clear focus. It's just all about focus, returning your focus to something here instead of being the jack of all trades, master of none. It's just really, you're just focusing on one task at hand. The rhino spirit, overcome any obstacle, number 50, a lot of 5s, a lot of change coming up, 9s, endings, and change with the 5s. All right, wow, look at all this energy that wanted to be seen right off the bat. All right, let's clear some of this energy out. I'm feeling like I want to talk about a million things, and I'm trying to keep my mind focused. So I'm always trying to tune into where you guys are at energetically. And so sometimes I have to shift to that. I have to remind myself that I'm trying to get out of this and not get sucked into it, right? It's like talking to a best friend, and they're telling you all their fears and all their things going on, and it's triggering you. It's like, oh my God, that could be me. Oh my God, what if I lose my job? What if my partner leaves me? What if, it's like going down that rabbit hole. The magician on the bottom of the deck. Let's take a look at we're going to use the Light Seers Tarot deck. We're going to take a look at the mind space, the heart space, and the soul space for you, Leo. But first, we have to start in the mind space, because the magician says what we think about comes about, and you're thinking about a gazillion different things right now. So you're in manifestation mode, and you want to be very mindful of what you allow through the mind space, what you allow to be processed in your mind space here. So just be very decisive, very picky about what you're allowing in with the magician on the bottom of the deck. All right, Leo, what is the focus right now? What are you thinking about? What are you trying to sort out? There's a sorting out here, like when you clean out the closets, and you have the keep, the giveaway, and the throwaway piles here, the donate piles here. So let's see what you're thinking about. What are you thinking about right now? What are you focused on? What are you focused on right now, Leo? What is Leo focused on? Oh my God, relationships with the Lovers, and control with the Emperor here, getting a grip here, knowing your next move here. You're just feeling a little bit scattered, like you're not quite sure what to do. The Lovers coming out right off the bat signifies a decision coming in for love, or about a contract, an intense contract coming through. It's making you a little bit confused. You're not quite sure if you can trust this. You're at kind of a crossroads when it comes to a relationship here. And you're feeling like maybe they want to control you, or maybe they're trying to manipulate you to feel a certain way, and that's why you're feeling a little boggled, a little frazzled in the mind space here. Aries energy coming through, and Gemini energy coming through with the Lovers. Let's see, why is the Emperor here in the mind space for Leo? Why is the Emperor here and the Lovers, these two major arcanas, right off the bat? Why is the Lovers and the Emperor in the mind space? Why is Leo thinking about this? God, another major arcana with the World coming out, absolutely ending out a major life lesson, a karmic lesson when it comes to love. to trust, to control issues, to manipulation here, or really getting control of your thoughts so nobody else can really have any control over it. Again, a man that stands for nothing falls for everything. So you're really trying to know, what do I stand for? What do I believe in? And cementing that in. It's beautiful because you're breaking a pattern of the past where you were trying so many different things. It's like going to a buffet and having a little bit of everything. It's like, I want to taste everything, Leo. You went through this period of time where you just wanted to experience everything. And now you just have all this stuff in front of you. And it's like, well, which one is my favorite? And you have to choose. You're feeling like you have to choose with the mind space up there in the ether. You're feeling like you have to choose, or maybe you have too much in front of you with there's always enough here, or you're trying to bring it all forward with you into this next cycle, and it's time to let go of the past. You got to let go of some kind of pattern that you have when it comes to your relationships, with falling back into line maybe, or not setting the boundary, but then letting people cross it here with the Emperor and the Mind card up there. But my God, is it ending out? You're breaking something. You're breaking a pattern. You're breaking the mold, so you can't go back there, so you can't fall back in to that pattern. It's almost, what I'm feeling is like this relationship that has really enveloped you or overwhelmed you. It's just so much. You had to maybe check in, or you had to always think of them first, or there was just this thought pattern that got in the way here. And so you're trying to break it. So you're just telling them, man, I hate you. Have you ever seen that in the movies or in books? Where, yeah, they're just lying. They're saying, I never want to see you again. They're just trying to break it. They're trying to test that relationship. They're trying to test it. Will you come back? Even if I kick you out, even if I tell you I never want to see you again. It's just, you need this break. You need this time out. You need this severing here so you can get a grip on how you feel about this, or how you think about this, because we're up in the mind space, and that might just break the pattern. Look at the Chariot on the bottom of the deck here. You are raring to go, but there's just this decision that you have to make before you can do that. Look at that with the Three of Swords wanting to be seen there. The pain, the heartbreak, the feeling out of control, the feeling like everyone is making decisions for you and you can just never make the decision. When am I going to be the adult? Right? It's like when you're growing up and you just cannot wait until you're the adult, finally making your own decisions and doing your own thing. It just seems like that never happens. I always feel still like there's something or someone that has the say-so over my pocketbook, over my relationships, over my life here. So you're just trying to break free, trying to sever that tie. Spirit, tell us more about the end of this pattern in the mind space for Leo. Tell us more about that in the mind space. Can we get one more card in the mind space for Leo? I mean, it's just so big. It's just breaking everything that is breaking the mold. This is all about boundary making and breaking the mold. There's your fire coming back after you've finally set this boundary. You shall not cross. You will come to me correctly, or you won't come to me at all. I will no longer be manipulated or gaslit or influenced into believing one way or another, or what is good or what is bad in my life here, to somebody trying to insert their morals or their values and wanting you to follow that same code of ethics. And you're breaking free of it. It's just like, that is not me though. That is not how I think. That is not how I operate. So that's a massive pattern demolition happening right there, and a new boundary being created. Beautiful. What's going on in the heart space for Leo? What is Leo feeling right now through this solar eclipse? So it's eclipsing out this feeling that you can't do it, or that you don't have what it takes to do it, or somebody telling you straight out, I don't want you to do that, and you're trying to consider their feelings and your feelings at the same time. But this is a beautiful, beautiful breaking away from this pattern that you seem to keep falling back into, where there's more to learn, or there's more to see, or there's more to eat, or there's more. So you're just kind of afraid to get up from the table here because you have so much in front of you and you haven't studied each thing. You haven't looked at each thing. What if that one is better and I haven't even tasted that one yet? So Spirit is asking you to settle now, to settle down now, to really commit, to root into something here for this next cycle, and to clear the mind, clear the confusion, clear the choices out. Wow. All right. What are you feeling right now? What are you feeling right now in the heart space? Oh, Leo. God, every reading I've done for you lately has just been such big karmic lessons. It's almost overwhelming my brain. There's the overwhelming of the brain right there with the Five of Swords. Five of Cups and the Moon coming out. Good God. Leo, we are just coming out of your season here. And we had that full moon lunar eclipse, September 7th. It had you seeing things differently, a whole new perspective coming in for you, Leo. It's beautiful. It allowed you to let go of the disappointments, the failures, the things that didn't work out, opening the door for this new way, this new path that was unimaginable for you. Dead end after dead end with this intensity of it looked this way, though. You had this very clear image of what your life was going to look like at this time and this place, and it's nothing like this. It's nothing like this. You feeling like you're always on the journey, never reaching the destination. Meanwhile, the destination, you've been passing it over and over and over again. It's just this beautiful trek that you've been on to learn everything about everyone, about everything. It's just you're the scientist at heart. You love to get to the root cause of things, and sometimes it's really hard to just say, okay, I'm never going to know that. I'm never going to know that. It's just something that happened in my life. And you have to just let go of the lesson itself instead of trying to figure out, well, what the hell was that all about? It's almost like this revisit back with every relationship, with every person who seemingly had control over you. So yeah, you just have it under a microscope and you're trying to get to the root cause. I think part of that is because you don't want to fall into that pattern again. You don't want to fall back again. Wow. But some things are not meant to be. They're not meant to know. They're not meant to be figured out, which is horrible because a scientist will try to prove their theory their whole lives. But that's the point. It will never be proven. There is never any proof of life. You can't find the proof of life. You have to live. You have to feel the proof of life. I am here and I am worthy. Beautiful reckoning of you here, and a rising up above the secrets, above the roots, above even the leaves, the system now, so you can get the bigger picture and get out of your own way and get out of your own mind. Yeah, but I don't know how it works. You're very logical. Whoever's resonating with this, you're very logical. It's like somebody could tell you something and you're just like, that doesn't make sense. And you will go research that the rest of the day if you have to, until it makes sense. It has to make sense to you, Leo. You are the leader of the pack. You're the lion. You're the alpha in the pack here. So it has to make sense to you. You are not going to run off on a whim to try to prove anything. It's just when you are not a moron with conviction. Have you ever met these morons with conviction? I mean, they sound like they know what they're talking about. You're just like, okay, because you don't know, and they just sound so sure. And then you do it their way. It's just like, oh my God, they knew nothing. There's such a better way to do this. And you, with your Leo fire, will find the better way to do that. It's just that's who you are at the core of you. You're the scientist. So yeah, you're just really shushing those morons with conviction. It's just like, yeah, you sound sure of yourself, but that doesn't make sense, and I'm not going to do it that way. I'm not going to fail again because I'm listening to a moron with conviction here. All right, let's look at the foundation of this for Leo. What is all this about? This is a massive karmic ending, Leo. A massive karmic ending. The World, the number 21, is the last card in the major arcana. You have been tested in your relationships. You've been tested in love. You've been tested in boundaries and who can cross and who has control over your thoughts. It's almost like you felt like it was just completely out of your control. You had no control. The one thing that we have always had control over and always will have control over is our thoughts. They can't get into your thoughts. I've said this over and over. There are some people in prison freer than some of us who are not, because of the way we treat our thoughts, the way we allow them to get out of control, the way we allow the fuel to be thrown on the fire of our fears here. So it's just like you got that fire extinguisher at the door now. And if somebody's coming to you that is really trying to influence you, or really trying to sell you on something, or really trying to convince you of something that goes against your grain, you're just dismissing. It's not like you're even arguing. You're not fighting for why you're right. You're not trying to prove your theory here. You're just saying, wow, okay, well, if that's what you believe, and you're turning around and you're walking away, you don't have to prove them wrong any longer. This is the first time in a very long time where you don't feel the need to prove them wrong or prove yourself right. There's no more proof here. There's no more proving here. It's the end. And it was a very tough karmic cycle for you, having to prove yourself over and over and over, year after year after year. You were proving yourself, proving your worthiness, proving the right to be here, or the right to have abundance, or luxury, or money, or love, or all of it, all of it. You were proving why you deserved all of it, going down to the roots of why you deserved all of it. And now it's just a huge, huge acceptance. I am worthy because I'm here. Beautiful. God, that is an absolute rebirth. Rebirth is assured, is 100% spot on for you, Leo. Spot on. All right, let's take a look at the foundation real quick. I want to see the everyday, the karmic lessons in all of this. I mean, this all karmic lesson over and over again here. But tell me about the foundation. Oh, it comes from the grief. I saw that before when I was shuffling. Look at the World. Look at this big stroke of luck. Finally, finally, the tide is changing around here because your thoughts have changed. Change your thoughts, change your life here. So yes, I am at peace. I am in harmony. Reciprocity comes to me here with the Six of Pentacles. Reciprocity, finally, then equalization and equalizing out. It's almost like being up in an airplane and the intense pressure in your ears was so hard. It's just, you had your hand over your ears. I can't hear one more thing. It just really too much at the buffet, too much to choose from, too many choices here. So you refined it down, you slowed it down, you didn't have to get to the root of how every single thing was made. I don't really care how that one was made, because I didn't like the taste of it anyway here. So that bitterness has been stuck in your throat from grief, from loss, from not having control because you had too many things to control. So everything fell to the ground. It's like trying to juggle 10 bottles when you've only practiced with 3. It's just too much. It got too overwhelming here, and something had to break. And it was the fear. It was the fear of letting everything fall by just letting everything fall. Right? By just letting it be. Beautiful. Beautiful. Two of Pentacles. There's that balancing, that on the fence, that back and forth. 9 of Pentacles. There's a dream coming true here. A victory, a huge, huge victory in your finances here, where you're not living in poverty mentality anymore, or feeling like you're in competition with everybody else, like you're just this cattle, this number in the crowd here that falls in line and figures everything out, but in this quiet, silent way, not wanting to rock the boat, not wanting to shake things up, because then you might have to put it back together, because then you'd have to do your proof. You'd have to go to the root and see what happened there. So you just backed off. It's just, that's the best way to clear the mind here. 9 of Pentacles. I mean, I love this with the Wheel of Fortune here. There's a huge but it's not a stroke of luck. It's the luck you made. The luck you made, Leo. That you made your own luck here. You made your own empire. This is generational wealth that you are moving into here, that you have created. You paved the way for with these massive karmic lessons here, and you're prepared. Have you ever heard of the lottery curse? People winning these ginormous amounts of money and then losing it all, or bankrupting, or it's just a curse in their life because they weren't prepared. That path wasn't paved. This major arcana, all of this getting to the root of your life, getting to the root system here, to clean it all out, to get rid of the clutter, to get rid of the confusion, to get rid of the weeds. You've been in the weeds for so long trying to study every weed. Well, oh, interesting. Where did that weed come from? And how did that happen? And how did that relationship go bad? And how did I not let that work out? It's just done. It is what it is. I am where I am. I'm starting over. I'm starting new here with a fresh new perspective. And you've paved the way. You've paved the way for generational wealth to be received by you and have it not be a curse, but have it be a blessing. Have it be this beautiful, beautiful blessing that clears out the fear when it comes to money and poverty here. And being alone, there's been a big, big fear with the morality card and the emperor and the lovers here of ending up alone, of not having anyone. And then you went through some of these relationships where you realized maybe after some research, since you are the scientist, you realize, man, sometimes you're better off alone. Sometimes it's so much easier and peaceful and clarity comes when you're alone. So yeah, this fear of being alone has really, really left you. And, you know, you're never going to feel alone again after you realize that you never are alone, that there's always enough love, that there's love is all around, the nightingale spirit says. So love this. Again, number 41 converts to a 5. This is all about change. This is all about moving on. This is all about letting go of the fears, whatever those fears are, the monsters under the bed, shining the flashlight on them, but not getting the spotlight. This is just a broad flashlight. I see you. I recognize you. But you know what? I choose this one. I choose you to focus on here. The rest of the monsters, you don't scare me. You can just kind of dissipate back into the corners, into the shadows there. So you're not shining a spotlight on them. You're shining a very broad flashlight and then being very decisive of what's going to scare you and what's not. You don't have to prove that they're all not scary anymore, Leo. You don't have to prove anything to anyone any longer. Absolutely beautiful. On the bottom of the deck, the Queen of Swords. God, have you battled? This has been a battle. You do not get these cards without going through a horrendous battling to stand in your own light, to stand in your own true, authentic self and not apologize to anyone here. I am where I am because of me, not because of anyone else, not because of my parents or my siblings or my spouse or my partner or my friends. I am standing in my own light. If you'd like to join me, you are welcome, but I'm not getting caught up in your rabbit holes anymore and your fears any longer here. So that just overwhelmed me and made me feel powerless. No more feeling powerless for you. You can overcome any obstacle with this rhino spirit. Number 50 converts to a 5. Ooh, look at this with the number 33, the horse spirit. Freedom is yours. Yes, I'm hearing Braveheart in my head right now for you, Leo. Freedom. Welcome to freedom. Ooh, how does it feel? I love this. Okay. All right. I'm going to leave it here, Leo. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, don't forget to hit the like, share, and subscribe buttons. Leo, take a minute to clear out this mind space of yours. I'm sending you peace. I'm sending you peace, Leo, through this massive transformation. All right. I'm going to leave it here. You know what? I just noticed as I'm ending this, look at what flipped out in the Osho ZEN-TAROT cards. I did not even notice it, but it's the Tower. The Thunderbolt. Dun, dun, dun. Leo, you're ending this now. You are ending this chaos now. This need to prove yourself. You are ending it now. No one will ever be able to throw you into the depths of grief like this again. Good God. That's power. That's real power. That's real emperor power. All right. Thank you so much for stopping by, Leo. I am sending you all my love and light, and I will definitely tune in with you soon.